Oh, junk. What is up? How y'all doing? How are things? We are live. Let's get this out of here. So we got chat. We don't have YouTube on chat, which is really fucking annoying. That's really stupid. So I guess we don't have YouTube chat up in the thingy, even though it says that it's connected to fucking... It just doesn't have the stream content thing here. I'm literally opening up the... Okay, fine, whatever. Reload. Alright, I think I hate the chat thing for the window. That's okay. It's whatever. Hope y'all are having a wonderful... Today is Monday. Back to it, friends. Holy cow. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know I have. It's been a productive weekend. Holy cow camera. Holy camel. Camera. There we go. If you'll notice, some of you might remember that when my door is open, this color is new. We did a lot of painting this weekend, and I'm very excited for it. Because that means that we get to move on to the next thing after the painting now, which is building cabinets, which is going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, for now, we're playing some horn. Let's do some tuba shit today. We're doing some tuba shit today. Gross. Yo, Mdor, what's going on, dude? So busy with the Discord Symphony's affairs over here. I hear you, dude. I believe it. Y'all got a lot of projects going on right now, too, don't you? Didn't you just announce a new one? I only glanced over the announcement in the Discord, but it's exciting times over there. That's for damn sure. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. I bit my lip last week, and it's still, like, frustrating. That's why I'm trying to do, like, low stuff today mostly, but, Holy cow, dude. 35 stream streak, brother. That's incredible. We need submissions for 3 of them. We started our newest one in March. No pressure, obviously. And, of course, we're looking for whoever we can to join us after lots of drama. Yeah, dude. I hear you. And as soon as, like, I know I've said I'm gonna collaborate, and I do intend to. There's just a lot because in 2 weeks or so we're going to Costa Rica, and before that I want to have as much done with the house remodel as possible. So that's kind of priorities 1 and 2 at the moment. But as soon as I have the time, dude, I would love to 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 submit some horn stuff for you. I remember there was one project, I forget exactly which, maybe the Voila, that said that it needs horns, and I sure would love to do that. It's just unfortunately life and other things are getting in the way. But yo, what is up, Professor? Good to see you, my friend. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well. We're definitely gonna have fun in Costa Rica. This will be the second year in a row that we went. We went last year around the same time. For anyone familiar with the geography of Costa Rica, there's Lake Arenal that's right next to like the volcano, the active volcano, the biggest volcano, whatever. And it's so the resort we stayed at, our hotel room was just on the end of a row, and so you open up the window right here, and boom, you're looking straight up at the volcano. It is just absolutely breathtaking. I love it, and as well as everything else, and the people, and the food, and the everything is just divine. So really looking forward to it. While Ollie needs horns for sure, and a jazz project that also needs horns. Well, I'm trying to learn some jazz and blues stuff on horns, so that seems like a good stretch goal, or not stretch goal, but a stretch project to focus my camera upon. Anyways, you know what I mean. I got my final turned in this morning. Now I have a week off. Dude, that's huge, Professor. So what are you gonna spend your time on now that you got nothing? What'll it be? Harmonica jamming? Are we doing YouTube stuff for that game that I forget what you posted, but you had the Pharaoh sort of thumbnail that was really freaking dope? Got all the time in the world, dude. You'll love to see it. Because that's where I'm at now. We had our last classes last week, and so since then it's been nothing but just working on this house. We got a lot of the painting done, finished up the drywall, the mudding, the sanding, the priming, all this stuff to get it ready to paint, which was the biggest thing, and then painted yesterday. And now we're gonna do cabinets, we're gonna do floors, we're gonna do, once cabinets are in, we get to put the countertops and install the sink and everything. And it's gonna, I'm hoping, knocking on wood, but I'm hoping that the last bit for this house project is gonna be like, we've done all the prep work heretofore, and then the last bit is going to be, just a little bit, whereas the prep was all of this. I don't know, my hands aren't working, but yeah, you understand. Y'all know what I mean. Clean the office, edit some videos, clean the garage, finish some side projects. I hear you, dude. I hear you. That's exciting. I hope you're able to get a lot of that productive time under your belt. I know for me personally, whenever I'm faced with like a week off or something, and I have this whole list of things to do, it's difficult for me to start the first thing or to like actually make progress, because I'm like, but priority 1A above all of everything to do is like take some relaxation time, which is important. It is definitely important to, fully reflect and make sure you relax. But then you have to actually get going, and that's what I very much struggle with. I usually only get like one thing done. Such is life, That's kind of how it goes. I feel that. As long as it's a good thing. No, my lips are stiff. those were not the right notes at the top there, probably. There it is. 20 cents flat. My lip is still hurting, but it's not like, it's not preventing me from playing up high, which is fine. It's just like in the mid register when I'm like shifting from low to high especially, I have to like pull back and tighten up some, and since the spot is like right here against my lip, it brushes up against my teeth every time I do, and that really freaking hurts, y'all. But I also need to double check, make sure that if at all possible, we can get YouTube chat on the screen, because it's not really, still not finding, hey, there we go, okay. Now we've got, if anyone comes into YouTube, we'll be able to have YouTube chat on the screen. I don't know why this stupid chat thing for the screen has been really bad about finding the YouTube part these past couple of streams. I am also like 5 versions behind, so probably a me thing, but like still. Okay. Let's do, while we're here, what are you Bluetooth connected to? Y'all are, what? My headphones are off. Disconnect. BitConnect. Disconnect. There we go. There's a metronome. Okay. Let's do some trills. Keep flexibility. And then I want to work on, over the weekend, I put in a lot of work on the tuba concerto. So that's what I want to try and focus on a lot today, because it's not going to hurt my lip as much as playing high wood, and it's a gorgeous piece. I technically have the whole thing read and not performance ready, but like at least playable. So I think we can do some good work on it today. Among other things, you know, some low excerpts, probably some stuff like that, but I'm not trying to play too high today and let this sort of recover itself. But I digress. We are trilling. That's why I keep it on the screen. great, Bob. Might not be able to troll too much today. It's like, it's all I can do is just to get the 16th notes there, and it's just not wanting to go any faster. Which is fine, I guess. It's like it did for a second, but then when I tried to like speed it up, it's just like no. So whatever. It's like it wants to, but it's just not. That's okay. Not everything is going to work every day, but we do the work every day as if. Because some days the trills are going to really work, and we'll be happy that we did the exercises even on a day that they didn't sound very good. Probably. Something. Y'all know what I mean. Not a good trill day. That's okay. Alright, whatever. Whatever. It's about all the trills I care to trill today. Let's do, if we're going to do low stuff, I want to do a Caruso, a low register Caruso, before we actually start getting into it. Just continuing the warm-up, making sure we still feel good, which I do, and I hope y'all do too. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Nice and easy little long tones, descending chromatically to the bottom of the horn. We shall see. If the microphone captured that last note, that was a fundamental C. Basically the lowest, second to last lowest note I've ever played, actually. I have hit a B below that. But it's not, I've hit one of those once. The low C's, the very, very, very low. I could probably count on like my fingers and toes how many of those I've actually hit in my life. But we got one today, so that's fun. Empire! What's up, dude? Good to see ya. How's it going? Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're doing well. I saw that you posted another song for me to listen to, and I regret that I have not listened to it yet. That's on me. I need to. It's on my list. This afternoon, once I'm done with this practice, we're going out to I'm going out to clean out my carport to get make space to build some cabinets, some kitchen cabinets. And when I do, I got the headphones and I got that shit right on lock, right on the queue, and we're gonna listen to it. So I appreciate it. I play alto recorder, debating whether I should get tenor or bass, because bass is played the same. That's really, I didn't know they had like different voices of recorder. I'm only familiar with, I guess it's a soprano, the one that you play in elementary school. Decode the emoji message. Okay, let's see. So we've got hello, green bee, camel. So holy camel, and then hello, green bee. Green bee. I'm not sure I get green bee. Guess my age. Just one guess, won't confirm or deny. Just want to. Okay, so based on vibes, honestly, based on vibes, I would say between 16 and 22. I don't know more than that. I just, based on vibes, you seem a little on the younger side. I would say like just out of high school, early college, maybe late high school, somewhere in there, is my vibe. But you don't have to answer. You don't have to answer. Take that with for whatever it's worth, which is nothing. And yeah. For the record, I am 34, so you know I don't really know. I don't know. I'm an old millennial, so I don't know what. I don't know anything. I don't know shit about fuck, you know. No soprano. Okay. Oh, there is sopranino, soprano, alto, bass. Holy cow! That's even more than I thought. That's more than there are like voices I'm aware of. That's crazy. That's really cool. Dang, you know what? Oh, we got a minute. Let's look at soprano recorder. All right, so that one looks like the one I'm familiar with. Now if we go to alto. Oh, okay. So it looks like they're just like a little bigger, a little longer, and then you get to these ones. Oh my god. That was dumb. No, not that one again. Where is the screen? Move the screen. And you got this little curved, little bendy straw type recorders. That's really cool. What? Hydrate. Good call. Ah. Excellent. Appreciate the reminder, my friend. That's crazy. So many recorders. I had no idea. All right, cool. So, other stuff that we're working on today. Ooh, you know what? We should do a key. Y'all give me a key in chat. I think we've done like E major, A major. I don't think we've done E flat. I had them written down at one point. Which ones we have done? We've done E, D flat, and A. Anything else is fair game, and we'll noodle around on our little scales book for a minute. That'll be a good one too. So if anyone's got a favorite key they would like to hear, go ahead and put votes in the chat. Otherwise, we'll flip to a random page and just kind of work through something. But pretty much I have a soprano, but good at fingering since I practiced alto and drum. Two sides have played the same, like bass and alto the same. Tenor and tenor too. So it sounds like the skills are transferable across different voices. So the alto and tenor and soprano, they have similar techniques, it sounds like, if I'm reading that correctly, which is really cool. I like it whenever you're able to transfer skills across instruments, like the saxophone players in band will like switch from alto to tenor to bari, with relative ease. Clarinets, bass clarinets, trumpet to piccolo trumpet to E flat trumpet to C trumpet to whatever. Whatever. That's really cool. And here I am just on a horn, and I can't play anything else because all I get is a horn. But that's fun. Bass and alto, soprano, and tenor. So all of them have the same, is what you're saying? The same like fingerings technique? That's really cool. Because yeah, then you can just practice one and it'll be like just the same. Love that, dude. Don't have much experience in the soprano and tenor. I gotcha. Well, not yet. Not yet. Anyways. All right, let's play some tuba stuff. And then and then we'll do a key. We'll noodle around, maybe do some intervals. And then we'll have some good stuff. Not bad. Yeah, a little rough in there. Let's see. So you finger the soprano and tenor the same. I got you. And the bass and alto too. The fingers are the same. There's a difference between alto and soprano, like tenor and bass, half an octave. Okay. So soprano, 30 centimeters. Alto is 45. Soprano is exactly half the length of it. Okay, I gotcha. So it's an octave below, like the tenor is, yep, octave below soprano. So for alto, you can play bass the same, but just an octave. So it's like soprano and tenor are grouped in the same, and then you've got the alto and bass that are the same, but like an octave. So you have two sets of fingerings techniques: soprano, tenor, alto, and bass. If I'm understanding you correctly now. Because even still, that's not bad. You know, you just have to learn one or the other. For me, I think I would get like, I would get turned around, switched around, like forget that I'm playing the soprano and I should be thinking of the alto or vice versa. You know what I mean? Getting mixed up. But that's really cool. That's really freaking cool. I love hearing a good recorder. Like, yeah. So many recorders in my experience, in my anecdotal personal experience, have been, you know, children playing recorders, which is not fun. But like listening to a good, like there's recorder concertos, you know, like legit classical romantic style pieces, Baroque style pieces, probably more accurately, written for recorder, and they're really cool. Got to clean up in there, but that's my favorite part of the piece for sure. When it goes up to the high B's, I say the high B's because they're, you know, for tuba it's a very high note. I think it's a an E above the staff. It's the same fingerings, but you play like 3 notes higher or lower, 2 fingering techniques. Cool, gotcha. You finger them the same kind. For example, the way you play A on a soprano is the same way you play D on an alto. So like it's pitched differently. It sounds like in a slightly different key. So like for example, the way I'm thinking about, like, this horn is an F. So if I were to play a C, right, that's a C for this, but it's an F for a tuba, right, or a piano. Something is pitched in C. So it sounds like maybe the soprano is like normal concert pitch, and then maybe the alto is in D or something. Some transposition going on there, but that's interesting. Hello, Green Hornet. Holy camp Hornet, not B. Yes, I was close. I didn't didn't think of the Green Hornet. Huh. The Vivaldi, the Four Seasons, the Spring for Vivaldi. That's really cool, dude. That's a great one. I love Vivaldi. And honestly, Vivaldi's got really good strings concertos. There's one concerto for 2 mandolins that was really, really cool. And I think he might have written some recorder stuff. if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken. But Vivaldi's a great one. One of the all-time greats for a reason, you know? I had to burp. And that's technically, that's the whole piece. So the whole movement for this tuba concerto has been read and is playable. So now it's about making it real nice, which is difficult in this register. Very difficult. That's my favorite part, y'all. Like, oh, it's, I don't know if it comes across, but those are goosebumps. Oh, it's just so much fun. Like to pop, pom, pom. It actually makes me feel like a tuba, and that is, ooh, baby. That's so much fun. I honestly, I kind of want to look at the other movements for this concerto, but I'm kind of terrified to do that. Maybe eventually, but oh, this is just so good. Doing that all in context is very hard. Holy moly. Because, like, and especially in tune, gross. That's a damn good piece. Oh, that's so much fun. That's going to be really, really good in a recital. Because, like, the whole point is a recital of pieces not written for French horn as performed by a French horn, which I think is going to be really cool. We're going to get some tuba, we're going to get some alto trombone, we're going to get some cello, we're going to get some other stuff that I'm not entirely sure what else is going to fill out the recital, but we've got two pieces that we've read. And actually, you know what? I should start maybe looking at the cello suites now that I think about it. Bach, cello suites, IMSLP. Let's take a gander. Because that is low. I think so, yeah. Dear God, when I play songs, I see there's a note too low for me to play. What do I do? Do I don't want to play an octave above? I mean, that might, it all depends on the piece and on the context. For example, this piece, it says that if a cello or bassoon is performing this, then there are certain markings where they do recommend playing it an octave up, just because I don't know if it's possible on a cello or bassoon to play some of those notes. But I mean, an octave up might just be the way to do it, unless there's like a different. So instead of going to an F, if a C or an A, for example, also makes sense with the chords and the progression, you might just could do a different something. But yeah, I would say experiment. Try and play different notes and see what like might work or fit in. Otherwise, if the note has to be the note, then an octave up just might be the way to go. Sometimes it is what it is. So let's see. Cello suites. Do this. Just play a note above. I wouldn't say like a note above. Like if you're trying to do a C and that's too low for you, just for hypothetical, and you were to play a note above, which would be like a D, that would be dissonant. That wouldn't necessarily sound good with the rest, with the musical line. But if, say, for example, it was just a C major triad and C is the root, you could maybe do an E or a G, other notes of that chord, or the C above, something like that, as long as it still makes sense within the musical context. That's more of what I was getting at. But maybe, depending on the piece exactly, there might be You know, a note above might work just as well as the written note. I don't know off the top of my head how that would look, but I'm sure something like that exists. But yeah, I don't without like being able to see it exactly. It's a little I can't. It's hard to give recommendations, but yeah. Those aren't G's. No, no, no. Wait, they're written. Cello is pitched in C, right? Strings are pitched in C. Cello. Cello, yeah, cello's non-transposing. Oh, I got you. In Vivaldi, it's a D, and a D's too low. So yeah, I mean, it depends also if it's major, minor. You know, what's the chord structure and progression. If a D doesn't work, you know, F sharp and A. Excuse me. Yes, D, F sharp, and A make a major triad. If an F sharp or an A sounds good in there, maybe that could work. A G or a regular F natural could be there if it's depending. You could have a lot of different notes that could make sense within the musical line. I'm not as familiar with it to be able to give recommendations again. But without like, if I'm looking at the music and I maybe something, but honestly, an octave up is kind of fine more often than not. So the cello suite's G major is D for horn. Yes. Yes. D major, a concert G is D. And that would have to be that pitch. Nope, because that's a B, that's not a G. There it is. Okay, all right. So we're gonna take this first off. And make sure that this is actually the right note to start on, because those are low E's. No, C sharp concert. So that's I think that's doable on horn. Yo, Flo, what's up, my friend? Cheers! I'll drink to that. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Having a good start to your week. We're doing we're trying to get, let's see, I want page. Don't scale. The hell. I want page 2 and 3. This is weird. I can't get the scale on this correct. I want to print it out. Rainy here. How's Florida? Florida is hot. Florida is hot with like 3 or 4 T's at the end because it is too fucking hot. Yeah, it's, I mean, whew. Just inside my studio, it's almost 81 degrees, which that's because I forgot to turn down my AC this morning. But yeah, it's supposed to have rained over the weekend, and it did not. So I'm very disappointed in that. And yeah, otherwise it's just hot. And muggy, but without rain. It's like the worst of all worlds. We don't get the rain, so the plants don't grow, but it's still like hot and humid and disgusting. So I don't know. Florida's a trip, man. Florida fucking sucks. Okay. Hold on. Let me just save this then, because I really just need to have this printed out in front of me because I'm old school and I need to have a physical copy of paper. So if we print this out and we say this and we go pages 2 and 3. Da, da, boom. Print them up. Make sure my dang printer is on. And we're going to do some cello suites. Because this is the other, I say that I've got 3 pieces for my recital for not French horn music. One being tuba, one being alto trombone, one being a cello suite. Well, I think I should start working on the cello suite. Because it's probably going to be the hardest of the 3 to do. So, hell yeah. Are you ready for the World Cup? I am. Unfortunately, that means that I don't give a shit about the World Cup and I will not be following it. But yes, I am prepared for what I will be doing during the World Cup, which is ignoring the World Cup. Just not really something that I honestly ever really cared about, but also it's hard for me to feign any sort of patriotism or nationalistic pride at the moment. Commentary, it's just not really something I'm too looking forward to at the moment. But if you are, then I am thrilled that it's happening and that people will be enjoying it. It's just not my. At the best of times, I only care this much, and these are not the best of times. So, I'm playing in the Jamaican team. Am I really? Why? How is that possible? I'm not. This is not Cool Runnings type shit. Oh yeah, Fiddler on the Roof, dude. So this is from May 2007. I was actually in a production of Fiddler on the Roof. It was my freshman year of high school. I was, of course, Tevye, because, you know, tradition, etc., etc. But yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time. And apparently there exists video footage of the show that I was in, of the Fiddler on the Roof that I was in. I don't know how much I want to like pursue and find it, and definitely not gonna like show y'all, because hell no. But just for my my own nostalgia, right? So are you a rich man now? If I was a rich man, well, I'd have all the money in the world. If I was a wealthy man, hey, you know, etc. It was cool too because like when I was in freshman year of high school, I also had pretty long hair. And so I just had the hair there. They put a fake beard on me, but like the hair was my own. So I was just like in my flowy oversized shirt, tradition, it was like, dude, I did it up. It was fun. It was a good time. Do I have sheep, chickens, a donkey? Perhaps I have 6 chickens. I do have 6 chickens. But no, we're not dealing with ruminants on my quarter acre. Can't do it. What is up, Empire? Got a long thing to say. So I would say go ahead and that's fine. I might play this, work on this a little bit, but I will read it and yeah. I need to get my pencil. So, because this is G major concert and bass clef, and we're transposing. So this is a G, that is a D. So if we start as such. Is that, I don't know if that's it. Is that, those are the animals that I have if we're talking, but I don't think that was the long thing they had to say just yet. 2007 Fiddler on the Roof. That's the one. That's the one. Yo, Felicia, good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Wonderful, lovely to see you. Hope you're having a good Monday. Start to your week. Must like to state that I used to have one toy, kind of, don't know how to describe, but when I was a kid I had it. I was amazed at how now I found a local shop carrying and I bought one of them. Yo, that's freaking huge! I love it whenever it's like you find something you're super nostalgic for and oh, it just brings you back. This honestly, for me, it's Fiddler on the Roof. It's Oklahoma. Bye Bye Birdie. It's like, nah. Wait a second. There's no way that's me. I am shocked that would not be 2007 on the roof. No. Nope. Nope. That is definitely not. We were not honestly, I'm jealous of that beard. We didn't have those kind of budget to get a beard going down to like here. Mine was just like, I think here at the time. Good try, but nope. If I were a rich man. Now you got me scrolling. Yeah. There's no way that it's like up on YouTube or anything. It's one of the administrators. My mom's good friends with one of the school system administrators, and she had 2 daughters that were in the show as well. So that's why she has allegedly videos of it, but they're not public to my knowledge. They better not be. was studying for APs, but they're finally over. Dude, that's huge. We love that. Happy summer to you then, right? Are you do you have anything else before you are able to disembark for the summer? Hey, look, I found one of those old things. Now I looked at it, felt kind of sad. Not nostalgia, but just sad. Looked at it, felt annoyed. Like it feels saddening just looking at it. I'm sorry that that's unfortunate. Is it why do you know why it brings feelings of sadness? Is it not the way you remembered? Is it not like as fun as you were thinking it was going to be? Wistful for the old days, although that's nostalgia. But yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Those articulations are hard. That's so hard. Because then it's right. Not E. Nope. Okay. Now we gotta write some more stuff. I didn't see any of the past, but I did remember I earned swim Chinese company money. And I felt so inhuman, and I looked at it and I didn't know what it is. It's not about the fun. It just feels like a guy wrench, big wrench. Thing is, I fed a stray cat and she left and never came back. It's been months, and I just feel like I lost the world. Oh no. Oh no. Well, you know, maybe the stray cat found a home. In my experience, you know, just with cats out in the world, I have 2 cats currently that come around my yard and they disappear for a few months and then they come back and then I see them and they start digging up my flower beds and I scare them off, but then they keep coming back anyways. So like I can't get rid of the cats that I have around. And also we had a cat when I was very young that were many cats. At my mom's house out in the country, we on at least 2 separate occasions got pregnant cats that either were dumped on the road or wandered around and found their way to us. however it was that they found their way to us, we had at least two pregnant cats when I was a kid that had their litters, and then we had to like find homes and etc. And sometimes some of the kittens were lost, like ran off, and we didn't see them again. There were a couple cats that just kind of went away one day and then never came back, sort of a thing. And out there, like, we've got coyotes, we've got foxes. There are predators out there that will take advantage of a cat or a kitten. So it's kind of nature, unfortunately. But if you want a cat, is there a possibility to like adopt a cat, or to get a cat that's not a stray, for example, or a stray, and take it to the vet and have it become your cat, to actually take a pet? That might be fun. It might help the feeling of loss, because I know that sucks. I have a dog. He is 13. He is turned 13 this year. And I will be inconsolable as he ages and when he ultimately passes, which is never going to happen. But yeah, I get that feeling. I do get that feeling. Let's see, because this is... Honestly, I don't even need to write this down. I just need to look at it and read it. That's a A. No, that's a C sharp. Concert C sharp, which is an A flat. Yes, G sharp. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. I've barely read through the first 2 lines of the cello suite. This is going to be a very difficult one. Gotta go. It was nice talking to you. You too, Flo. And I'll see you later, buddy. Have a great one. Cheers. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. So let's make sure that what we've read so far we can play. Let's not move forward until we have a good fundamental base here. Because that is a... I don't even know what that note is. That's a B. So that's an E below the staff. Nope. Nope. The past is in the clutches of my hand. I see it, and yet it feels inhuman. That's very poetic. That is very poetic, and I'm trying to interpret what that means. The past is in the clutches of my hand, and I see it, and yet it feels inhuman. Your past is inhuman? Interesting. Want to become a recorder hornet? I don't know what that means. Maybe. Thought I hit a C above the staff, but it was just a G. Hey, you gotta hit G's on your way to C's. You know, or something. Dude, I cannot read this cello suite. This is absurd. Just for the record. Is it here? Yeah. Let's do, because this is what we're looking at. First cello. Literally, I've only played through the first 2 lines here. It's so hard. It's so hard. Pick up recorder a little, but if you don't want to, all right. But anyway, it's an easy piece to impress people. I mean, first thought is anyway, here's Wonderwall, but no one's gonna be impressed by that. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know necessarily. There's like a piece that would be like, oh, play this and it'll be good. I would say play something that you can play well, because whatever you can play perfectly is going to be better than playing something, you know, flashy imperfectly. Right? If that makes sense. So like, for example, I wouldn't necessarily bust out this piece Cape Horn, even though it is very flashy and it is very impressive when it's done well, because I can't play it well. I'm not going to play the cello suite, even though it would be very impressive if I had it prepared. But at the moment, I would probably just go for the Strauss concerto, you know, something that I have familiarity with, that I've worked up to a performance level, something like that. I think making sure that whatever it is that you do have available or prepared, making sure that it's as good as it could possibly get. Perfect, you know, as well as perfection can be. Can we focus this damn camera? Then that I think that's going to be more impressive than something that is not as worked out, you know? Just my 2 cents. that's kind of the first two. That's kind of the first two lines. Maybe this is doable. Maybe this is possible. I don't know. Probably gonna have to play more than once a week to be able to play Do the Colors by July. Once a week is a bit skimpy there, Professor. Just saying. Could also be I missed playing the last 2 Mondays. Yeah, 2 weeks without playing will drop your range. I appreciate the kind words, but yes, 2 weeks is a little crazy. I'm freaking out because I'm gonna be about a week in Costa Rica, and all I'm gonna have is my mouthpiece and a buzz pipe. I'm not gonna be able to have my horn, so I'm gonna have to go a week with just doing mouthpiece work, and I'm hoping that doesn't fuck me up too much. But 2 weeks, and I thought yesterday. So yesterday I did my morning warm up on the horn, and then I didn't play at all for the rest of the day. 1, because we were working. 2, because it was Mother's Day and we went to my girlfriend's mother's house and spent the afternoon with her. And 3, because I'm still nursing this thing. But yeah, I even feel a little bit diminished today because I didn't play as much as I'm used to yesterday. So having a week off, essentially, at this day and age is not something I'm looking forward to. Once a week is better than every other week. Every other week is better than a couple of times a year. 100%. This is 100% true. You are spitting facts, Professor. Absolutely. Also missed. I can play Fly Me to the Moon and also British Grenadiers and the Off Layla Walela. Yes, I remember. I started listening to that one, I believe, but it came out. It was like 45 minutes long when I turned it on the other evening. So, yeah, that one's still. I'm on my list to listen to whenever I have the time for it. But yeah. Wait, you don't you don't play daily? I strongly recommend, if it's at all possible, daily practice is huge for improvement, and especially consistent daily practice is really, really huge for consistent daily improvement. I've been playing daily since like November, December last, so about 6 months, and for the past probably 2 or 3 months, I've been playing like 3 times daily. So I have the stream time, from 11 to 2 is one practice window. I also have from like 6:45 in the morning to about 8 is my first practice. Literally, like I wake up, brush my teeth, and I sit down to play. And then I also do one in the afternoon evenings, probably 3 to 5, 4 to 6, something like that, as I have time. So, it's great if that's what you're wanting to do and progress and get a lot better. Daily consistent practice is there's kind of no way around that. But if that's not what you're after, if you're just trying to play, you can do whatever you want to. For me personally, and my goals, it's definitely my 3-a-days practices they're doing some good work, and I can see the results as well. That's what's really like, as I'm doing these, I'll be struggling in the morning, and then in the my third practice of the day, it's like, oh, damn, this is working. Let me play everything that I can right now, and then you just you got to go fast, and you got to do. It's so cool. It's just such a cool experience. You know what I mean? Do I take a nap or clean the office and craft room? Oh, goodness. I mean, both sound incredible. Honestly, I gotta say clean the room. For me, because over the past like 2 or 3 years, naps just aren't fun for me anymore. I used to like take a nap most days that I had the opportunity. I would nap from like 12 to 3 or something. And I think I just got burnt out on naps a little bit. Nowadays I'm kind of like, I'm done with this thing that I'm doing, I want to kind of go do something else. I'm a little bit more antsy with my energy, maybe. And also, Professor, I do want to help you get down your list of things to do. So I'm not telling you what to do, but like that would be my vote. I once played 2 times in a row for percussion. That's awesome. That's awesome. Keep it going. Keep it going. And you know, there is also practicing, well, right? So it's, for me, I could keep going down and try and struggle through some of this horn sonata, these cello suites, right? But you gotta clean it up and make sure that it's doing well. Is the other thing, is using your practice time well, which is just kind of a non sequitur, but as I'm thinking about it, Okay. So now I have to write it down because I keep missing it. So each of these is trigger 3. That's what we're going to do. T3, T3, T3. Okay. Every time we see that, it's going to be trigger 3. How do I balance playing 5 instruments? That's a great question. I have no idea. I balance playing 1. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. Professor, you play everything. How do you balance having so many instruments that you would like to play? And practice time for each of them as needed. Because I played the horn between 4 to 6 hours a day. I don't have time for my guitars. I don't have time for like a piano that is going to be on my list of things to get and play. You know what I mean? Play what I'm in the mood for. That's very wise. I like that. And it honestly, that makes a lot of sense. It's just that easy. Play what makes you happy. If you're feeling the soprano one day, just pick it up and let it rip, my friend. If you're feeling particularly bassy or percussion-y, that's might as well get on that horse and ride it off to the sunset, Seems like a good plan to me. When I do my Music Mondays, I usually start off with trumpet and play until my chops are dead, about half an hour. Yep. And then as you let your chops recover for the next half an hour, say, you can go to something different or, just take a break. Because that's the reason that I do multiple practices in a day, is because my chops will be dead and I need to rest and recover between practices, right? So it's like, yeah. If I play in my mood, I end up losing progress on like a few instruments. Well, but if they're not instruments that you want to play as much, then, that might be okay. For example, I haven't touched my guitars in months and months and months. I have lost every sort of progress that I ever made on guitar probably at this point, but like I'm okay with it because I'm playing horn and I'm getting really, really good at horn, relatively speaking, and this is where I'm dedicating my time and energy. So like if that's your goal, you gotta know what your goal is in practice as well. So like for me, it's to be as good of a horn player as I can be, and that's what I'm working towards consistently. If yours is, I want to be equally good at these 5 instruments, well, you're going to have to divide up your time, evenly, roughly, between the 5 instruments and do it like that. Or if there's, 2 or 3 that you're more into than others, roll with those for a little. Yeah, it's the world is your burrito, my friend. I don't think there is a wrong answer. The only wrong answer is to do nothing. Is to not do any of them. If you spend time with any instruments and improve yourself and have fun doing it, I'd say that's a win. Me personally. I try and carry my harmonica in my pocket, so I rip on it a few times a day for a minute or two. I can just picture you, Professor, just like hanging out in a line somewhere, just waiting like at a grocery store, just whipping out the blues. Oh man, that would be so. That mental image is just so funny to me. I've had my instruments spread around the house, so if I feel like playing, I grab what's closest and play for a minute. That's a great idea. Put the focus on where you want to have the most proficiency. That's kind of my overarching thing too, is what is your goal? Right? So if your goal is to be the best, recorder player out there, well, percussion might be fun, but that's not going to help you to reach your goal necessarily. If it's, or alternatively, if you want to be the best percussionist, playing around on a recorder is fun for a time, but it's not going to help you be the best percussionist, and so on and so forth. That's all. If I got a bassoon today, I would play bassoon an hour every day that I could. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I hear that. I think about playing in the stores, but usually reflaid. I don't like the blues. I prefer like cowboy. Okay. But didn't cowboys kind of play the blues a little bit? The gas pump. That's it. There it is. And even better, because now every single gas pump has unmutable advertisements that they just yell at your ear the entire time. So that's like exactly the time to drown out goddamn capitalism with beautiful cowboy harmonica. I love this for you. 2 recorders, darbuka, and drum set, so 4. So yeah, so you gotta like, prioritize. And if they're all equal for you, then you know what? Like we're saying, just kind of go on vibes. I feel like you can kind of just go on vibes. Tin whistle is not a gas pump instrument. Yeah, that might be a little tough. But everyone loves a harmonica. Not everyone's going to be happy with tin whistle, that's for sure. Ooh, or what about like a pan flute? That would be really cool to bust out at a gas station, or a mouth harp. Wang, 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 Oh, now we're getting a little silly. Okay. Let's see. Let me do a little. That measure's fucking me up. Still the first 2 lines. Whatever. I spent half my time today working on getting the chromatic scale for the recorder into my fingers. That's a wonderful endeavor. Start learning yeah. Perfect. I'm getting good at set without much practice. I just practice percussion one day, recorder one day. Derivaka and the Reek transfer so well, dude. Absolutely. And if that's your plan and that's working for you and that's allowing you to progress and to meet your goals. I keep stressing this because it's, you know, it depends on what you ultimately want to accomplish. If you just want to play, throw caution to the wind, Godspeed, soldier, and have fun. If you want to accomplish something specific, then you're gonna have to practice, you know, up to whatever the goal is, you know. That's all. Just want to make sure that we're using our practice time as efficiently and effectively as possible in pursuit of our ultimate goal. No matter what it is, music, athletics, cleaning your craft/hobby room, whatever the case may be, set that goal and work towards it. Okay, never mind. That's all. Words are hard. Those first two lines, dude, and can I brag on myself just ever so slightly? Because one, my reading of music is so rusty after having basically not done it for 15 years, barring this past semester. But so I'm not only basically like sight reading this in bass clef, which is not a clef I'm good at, and transposing as we go, because this is a cello thing and we're playing it horn in C, like we're doing the tuba concerto. And that is incredibly gratifying to be able to use these skills that we only just learned, and we're snowballing. That's the beauty of practice, that's the beauty of consistency, and that's the beauty of music. Love it. If it's true, it's not bragging. Well, that's not true. It can be true and also still be bragging, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Professor. I need that energy in my life. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. That's going to be really hard to get, but let me clean this up a little. is a C sharp? Okay. Yeah, now we're getting weird. Now we're getting weird. Thank you, Amira. I love the energy. Good to see you. What is a human? What am I? These questions are like throwing a rock into the ocean, hoping they will float. Well, not necessarily. I would say the questions are more like throwing a paper airplane into the wind, and then wherever it goes, i.e., whatever meaning you find in asking these questions seems to be valuable in and of itself, versus throwing a rock in the ocean hoping it will float is out of focus, into focus, is something that inherently will not work. So that's a fruitless, a hopeless sort of an endeavor. But I don't think asking, philosophical style questions is without merit or hopeless. You might not have an immediate ready to go answer, and that's okay. It might just be something that your truth lies a little further, maybe needs to be uncovered, maybe whatever the case. Just saying. Fun fact, it's spring. This is true, and it's too heavy to wear anything heavier than just a t-shirt and pants. Even socks will make you die of heat over here. When summer comes, I will be cremated in the outdoors. Dude, I hear that. And I feel that. I know here in Florida, I think it's a bit more like humid. We have heat, but it's humidity, so it's muggy, it's swampy. So like you start sweating and the sweat just builds on you because it has nowhere to go because the air is saturated with water. Versus a dry heat, I'm assuming, out over in your part of the world. But like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. And if I am ever in not shorts, granted, I'm in long pants right now, but they're kind of like thin, so they don't really count. But yes, I feel that deep in my bones, my friend. It's not fun. Once you start getting way too many accidentals in this, I don't know first off, I don't know what that note is. That's a G sharp. I do know what a G sharp is. That's a D sharp. G sharp and F naturals. up in here, and there's markings to 1, 4, and 0. Those must be a cello thing. All right, we might have the first 2 lines of the cello suite. That's not bad. We're gonna keep working on that as we go. By hoping they will float a subjective human question, looking for objective proof, so henceforth it will sink. Well, but I hear what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But that's if you are looking for objective proof to a question that is an impossible question to answer objectively. If instead you ask the question looking for, like, for example, what is a human, what am I? But you're not looking for something, boom, this is exactly what it is, but rather what that is to you. You know, what is to you, what is human, and what is your, you know, whatever for your truth. Those things are not objective, those are subjective. That's all you. So that's something that can happen. That's what I mean, is like reframing it to something that is not an impossible question to answer, and instead framing it in a way that is possible, and in fact will perhaps stimulate some sort of thought experiment or philosophical thinking or what have you. You know, I'm just saying. Practicing your fingerings, dude. I love that. I need to work on my fingerings too, because I do not have that down at all. Let's play something fun for the last 10 minutes, you know? Let's play something fun. Maybe a little cape horn. Another piece, dude, if I can get good at this piece, I would love, because this is for horn, it's for solo horn and a wind band. And I have a wind band at the school I go to that they might be able to play this, and I could do like a solo with accompaniment if they like let me. But that would be really cool to do. I'm just saying. Yeah. Nope, I'm not going to do that one because that's still a little iffy. Still a little iffy, but what else could we do that is fun? What else could we do? What else do we have? What is life? What is even? What am I to me? I'm an empire. You are an empire. That's damn true. I am a winder. Sure. Perfect. If that is you, then that is you. And that's what I mean, is now these are correct answers because they're you. Who's going to tell you that you're wrong? Right? This is your truth. I'm just saying. Let's look at, that is in G major, which is D. Let's try D scale exercises just while we're hanging out. Maybe if I don't throw the stone to land, but throw the stone onto a hill, it can skip because subjectivity can be wandered by the same magnitude of subjectivity. I'm not sure I follow the last part there, but I do like the allegory of instead of throwing it into the ocean hoping that it floats, which a rock will not. But maybe, have you ever skipped stones? Like taken a rock and like skipped it along the water and it goes doot, 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 doot. You know, maybe instead of just plop, maybe you're going for a whoop, doot, 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 doot. You know? My favorite Texan and the only Texan I know. Who do you know in Texas? I know a couple people out there in the Lone Star State. I don't care for most of them, but there's a couple that I do. Talk about hot as hail. Yo, Texas is on a level like probably close to Florida, but it's big and it's like desert. It is kind of different. I don't know. Anyways. That's pretty good. I'm in Florida. I'm not in Texas. What? They've officially been nominated my favorite Wyominger. I'm also not a Wyominger. I'm not Texan. We're not in Wyoming. You're getting a little further away with each guess. Oh goodness. Whatever. Whatever. I go to one Chinese mini mart, so often the staff greets me in Chinese. You're officially a regular? Love that, dude! That's kind of the dream. Floridian. It is. I'm just kidding. I know from New York. I'm talking here. I'm tooting here. Hey! It's all good. Patchium! Damn, you're motivating me to go practice, even though I literally just practiced my instrument. I love that. Love that energy. Thank you so much for stopping by. What do you play? What do you play? And the beauty of it is you can always practice some more after a little bit. Because what I do, I have 3 practices a day. Honestly, there's one. I talk about this all the time, but it's good. I can't talk about this enough because it has completely revolutionized my practice in playing. So when I wake up, I brush my teeth, and I sit down to play for about an hour to an hour and a half. At like 6:45 to 8 usually is about how it goes. Then I have this one from about 11 to 1. And then I also have one from about 3 to 5, 4 to 6. And let me tell you, it's been phenomenal. Absolutely outrageous for my progress and improvement over the past 2-3 months. It's incredible. Love it. Bro, I'm practicing this minute. Empire, they said they just finished practicing, so we're good. We're good. I'm practicing all day, all night in the car, at a Chinese mini mart, at home, at a gas station, in line for the groceries at the... Yeah, that's exactly right. All day. We're practicing all day. We're never not practicing. Pianist and bassoonist. Love that. Welcome in. We've got... There's a couple. Professor, if you're still around, also has some experience with bassoon. And yeah, love that. Unfortunately, since it is 1 o'clock my time, I do have to go get lunch and start working on... We're renovating the house at the moment. So what we did this weekend was paint the hallway this color. It was previously a gross, like brown, like spicy mustard kind of color throughout the house, and it's disgusting. So now we have this much more inviting, like sort of, it's called herb garden or something, I think. It's like it's a greenish sort of, so much better. So that's my afternoon until my next practice. So anyways, that's gonna do it for me. My favorite states to pronounce are Wyoming and Colorado. Such fun things to say. That's true. And you know what? Even while we're talking about states, anything that is borrowed from another language, for example, Colorado is a Spanish word. It's borrowed from Spanish. And so when I look at, I will watch like cooking YouTube shows and stuff, and they make a chili colorado, and they say Colorado in a Spanish sort of way. And it's like, damn, that kind of hits, I love Colorado. Even though I'm not saying it correctly, but you're determined to make a band, dude. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna do it. And honestly, if you're practicing every day, 1 to 2 hours a day, that's as much as I used to do. I was doing like 2 hours a day for many months, and then my horn teacher suggested to me like, hey, you're doing well, you're making a lot of progress. If you want to take it to the next level, the next step would be this. And she laid out a practice schedule multiple times a day for an hour or two each time, with rest and recovery in between. And boy, howdy, was she right. Holy cow. It has been one of probably the single change, or the single variable that has increased my rate of practicing such. You know what I mean. It's been the one thing that's been the most impactful that I've changed in my progress over the past several months. But anyways, that is it. I do have to get out of here. I'm hungry and I got to get to work. So thanks for hanging out, everyone. We're going to be back tomorrow for some more practice. Same time, 11 o'clock Eastern. And hope y'all have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you then. Bye.